in the Sky podcast. And on today's episode, we have Funeral. How are you, man?
Pretty good.
So, so where are you from originally?
I am from North Carolina. Pretty small town in North Carolina.
And what's shit like there?
uh Hello racist people. Uh Very Republican, very close-minded out here.
Yeah, so it's like a rural ass city that you live in.
Yeah,
I feel
like
that shit's whack.
yeah, middle of nowhere type shit.
And would you call yourself a SoundCloud rapper at this point?
I used to, but I've just been like doing so many different genres. I just refer to myself as an artist now. But rapper's fine cuz I do rap.
What genres have you like just started to dabble into more often?
I think 2020 I went the craziest. Like nearing the end of 2020, I started to switch it up. So like uh, some punk. I did that on a different page though, like on an old collective page. Punk, indie, anything alternative. Pop. Shit, what else? I used to do emo rap, but I don't really do that anymore. Uh, but mostly my favorite genres to hit are like indie, alternative, and like just the rap stuff.
So back to like your kind of upbringing. How old are you?
21. I just turned 21.
You're 21, and
Yeah.
you've kind of lived in that small rural town like your whole life.
Yeah.
What kind of experiences did you go through, like particularly?
Uh, Everything was pretty normal till about fifth grade. That's when like all the mental illness settled in, and then like middle school hit, and I was like got bullied hella. I guess because I mean I wasn't any different than anybody else. Like I guess I just got called gay a lot because I like to wear tight ass pants because I didn't want to wear them loose ass pants they made us wear because we had to wear uniforms in middle school. And yeah, I got bullied hella in middle school, but that kind of like faded out in high school. So yeah, pretty much just chill until about middle school, and then shit just kind of got crazy. I used to lie to people and tell them I made dubstep. Maybe that would help, but nah, people didn't even know what dubstep was over there. So yeah,
Dubstep.
coming up here.
So that was, you said that in middle school that you used to make dubstep.
Yeah, I told them I could make dubstep, and I would like find underground dubstep artists and show them that and be like, yeah, I made this, and they didn't care.
Oh shit. That's funny. That's funny as fuck. So
Yeah.
just overall, it was just like shitty.
Yeah,
So
pretty shitty. I mean, I met my girlfriend in seventh grade, and I've been with her since then, so that made it better.
damn, and you're 21. That's fucking
Yeah.
a long ass fucking time. That's what's
Yes.
up. So where did the music? Was you even making any of your own music like back when you was like saying you were making dubstep?
Um, I started by saying I made dubstep, and then by the time I hit like about 2 months into seventh grade, I tried. I think maybe second semester actually. I tried to start making music, uh, making beats and shit. Not really. No, the beats didn't start till after that. Tried dubstep. That shit fucking sucked. That I still have my first dubstep attempt that I ever posted on SoundCloud in 2013, and that is the worst shit in the world. Um, it wasn't till I went to Florida that summer in 20 like when I was in 7th grade going to 8th grade that my cousin saw that I had FL Studio and he told me that I should like listen to artists like XXYYXX. I don't know if you know about them, like Flying Lotus and all them. And that's what kind of opened up the door to like rap beats and just hip hop in general, hip hop production. and that was a lot easier. So that was more like my intro to music. Switching over from dubstep, which was complex as hell, to like, I guess at the time they called it like trip hop or shit like that. Um, but just like weird rap beats.
The dubstep and shit to rap. I mean, it's essentially not essentially, but almost damn near the same thing. Like the beat drops,
Right.
but like there's a lot. If you
Mm-hmm.
get into it, like more particular elements, then there's day and night. But how recently you said like towards the end of this year you started changing it? So from would you say like 2014 to like late 2020, you were like on the same shit or just trying to improve one sound?
Well, it kind of like from 2014 to like 2017, I was solely just a producer. Um, there was like a few. This might be a little bit of a long story, maybe like a minute, 2 minutes. Um,
Go in.
because it was like a lot of. Oh, what happened?
Oh, my bad. Just go in, bro.
All right, for sure. So like, XX all XX, like, weird beats. Started doing that in like eighth grade and up into ninth grade, and like I think around 10th grade, I what was this stuff called? I think it might have been called Sad Trap, where it was like really loud or really heavy percussion based trap. I think it might have not been called Sad Trap, but it was like artists like Gene Sang and Shiro and artists like that just making like really crazy beats. And so yeah, when I got to 10th grade, I started trying to do stuff like that. I wasn't that good yet. And just like, so it kind of moved on. It was still all connected somehow, but it kind of moved on to beats like that. And then by like 2016, 2017, like uh 10th, 11th grade, still on the same shit, but then I kind of started making more like what was like the early stages of plug music, with like plug beats, and that went on until about 2017. By then I was still doing like different types of production, just whatever I could put on my page. I know at one point we were doing like funk, and that was just like old Memphis samples and old like soul and disco and funk samples, and like making beats and putting like the vocals over it. We were doing that for a while, where I was. But like when 2017 hit, I was like, I think it might have been my first semester of senior year. I I had just given up on production at that point, and I fell out of love with music in general. And the shit made me sad, but I just didn't find the passion anymore. So I was like, all right, I'm bored as fuck. I'm just gonna start rapping. So I it initially started with emo rap. I think my first song on my page that everybody can see is like a Lil Peep clone song. Uh, some meme rap, you know, just random shit. Um, and then I can cuss, right? I think I might have cussed a lot.
What? Yeah, you're good, dude.
Okay, let's go. Um,
Your video,
and
your
just like,
camera is completely given out though. I'm just seeing the
all right,
loading.
hold on, let me turn it off and turn it back on. Did I do anything?
I actually made it 10 times better.
Let's go. So I just kind of like messed around with vocal sounds. After my first song, I got a blue snowball, so it just gave me a little bit of a better sound, and just really started messing around with like sounds, and eventually landed on plug and did that for like the longest time. Dropped an indie song here and there back in like 2019, but by the end of 2019, I really started just doing whatever, because like I just wanted to like build my audience with like any type of music, and then now I'm just here dropping whatever I make.
And your shit's going crazy, bro. Like for real, and like for no, not for no reason, but like not for not a reason. You know what I mean? And where do you see
Mm-hmm.
yourself going, like with this not hype, but this momentum that you're carrying right now?
um, Unlike some of my friends, I see some of my friends being like fucking pop stars, like Glaive, Eric. I know they just moved into a house. I see them being like pop stars, and it'd be nice to have that type of like level of and just like have that go on forever. But I'm seeing myself more like as one of the SoundCloud OGs because I feel like what we're doing in our scene hasn't been done in a long time, and I feel like I'll be like a staple in that. Something along the lines of like back when Suicide Boys was coming up and I was listening to them when I was like 14, 14, 15. I know there's an artist that rode with them named Ramirez. Something like that. I see myself being in that level, just like completely living off like Spotify type shit and just being like remembered as like a and known as a SoundCloud OG and just like popular but like not in the mainstream but still extremely popular. You know what I mean?
So you just want to be like your goal is to be beloved by the community and like be independent.
Right. I'd love to be independent forever, but you know, if the opportunity comes sometime this year and like label deals start coming my way and like and it works out like in a way that I want it to, then that's fine. I don't mind that. But I have no issue getting like 30 bands a month off Spotify like some of the legends do.
Yeah, that's pretty handsome. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking fat. So, what other things does Funeral endeavor his time into besides music?
I don't know if you can hear it in the background. I have Fall Guys. The music is just playing. I like to play the PlayStation a lot. Um, Usually besides music, I'm just playing like GTA Online. Um, just chilling in my camper. That's what I'm doing for the most part.
In your camper, do you live in a camper?
Yes, sir. Right outside my mom's house because they were trying to charge me there, but they was still like annoying low key. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just buy a camper and like park it out here and get it set up. So now I got like lights and shit in here, and I just stay here, make music all day, and play GTA for the most part,
Damn, so that camper is gonna
and
have some
hanging out
like
with my girlfriend too.
so that camper is gonna
Yeah,
have like some sort of legendary status once you come up a lot more.
yeah. I want to move it. When I move, I want to move it with me. Like it doesn't have a plate or anything, but I'm still gonna like drive it to my new house. Even if I get pulled over and be like, yo, just like follow me, bro. Like I need to move this to my house.
It'd suck if they try to take your camper, bro.
That shit would suck, bro, because there's like no
It's
title
funny.
on it either. Like the person I bought it, yeah.
It's funny because my friend actually used to do the same thing. He stayed in the camper right next to his fucking mom's house. He fucking fell out the back of it though.
Yeah.
But what were you saying about the title?
Yeah, who I bought it from, real shady. They didn't have a title. Like the person who they were renting it to, like ran off. He had a TV in here and like a bunch of other shit, and just had like hella shit in here. He left his TV, left a lot of other stuff, and but he took the title. So I bought it from them, and my dad helped me bring it like an hour and a half away from my house, and like I don't know how we didn't get pulled over because the tags was like dead and like there's no title. So if they would have pulled us over, there's a chance they could have just repoed it right then and there after I paid for it. Um, so yeah, but it's cool.
I mean, it's whatever. It's better than like not having a home or like just being straight kicked out. Like
Right.
you're kind of like doing your own thing. I mean, that's cool as fuck. If I had a camper, I'd park it next to my people's house
Yeah.
and fucking chill there.
Yeah.
So, essentially, what what do you want your fans to take from this interview about you?
I'm a very real person. I try to stay humble. I don't try to like uh be any different than I was from when I like started. I just try to like stay real, like an actual human being. I mean, I know I have an online presence, but I still want to perceive myself as I still want to be perceived as an actual human being that's just like everybody else, except my job is making music. Um, I'm still very approachable. I know I sing about like killing people on sight and shit, but that's just what's in my mind. That's just the things I think of. I'm still very approachable. I'm a very nice person. Um, and yeah, I'm just really real. I'm no different than anybody else, so we can literally just have a conversation, and I love them.
That's dope, bro. Why is that a thing, a reoccurring theme about like killing people and shit? Why is that a why does that have a presence in your mind? If you don't mind going on that.
Um, yeah, it's not too crazy. Well, it kind of is fucking insane. Um, I think, and I told my friends this. I think there was something in my grandfather's um mind, like he had some type of illness that was passed on to me because I don't know if this is too hot. I mean, he's almost dead anyway, so what even matters? Um, he I'm pretty sure I only know of 6 bodies he has, but I know hey, get off my bed. I only know of 6 bodies he has, but there's no doubt he has more. So like, um, I think whatever was wrong with him, some level of it got passed on to me, and instead of me acting on it, I just play the scenarios that run through my head and put it in my music, and it's like an outlet for me because I think of these things. I mean, I'm not gonna actually act on them. I just it's really vivid thoughts that run through my head, and it's easier to instead of hold on to them and just lash out one day. It's so much easier to just sing about what goes on in my head and make songs out of it. I mean, I got pretty songs too and sad songs, but murder is like a very occurring theme in my music because it just flows out of my head.
So you said your grandfather has 6 bodies. Like, is he what was like? If you don't mind going into it, like, if it doesn't put anything about him in jeopardy, like,
Right. Uh, Coke trade, I think. Just the majority of it was
is he like
lots of just. What were you saying?
is he like a person in jail, like, or is he?
He's just hiding out now. He's just chilling these days. I'm sure. I think I
Nobody knows
saw him
where
when
he
I was
is.
like 16, but that was the last time. Yeah, he's just chilling, middle like. I mean, he's in a pretty populated city, but I mean, all that shit's behind him. I think he's just waiting to die now. Yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah, he's insane.
So, would you say that you have empathy for other people though?
Yes, of course. I mean, obviously, you know the people you don't empathize for. Like, if I see a pedophile die, I'm like, oh, that's fucking amazing. Let's go.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, seeing like, I don't. I think a good chunk of my fans know this about me. I I've been watching like gore since I was 12. Because one day I was just on Facebook and like they were sharing around this video of this girl who got her head cut off by the cartel. And I was like, I think the average 12-year-old who was just chilling on Facebook probably would have been like, yo, and then like got off. but I was intrigued and I was like always searching for shit like that. And I would just watch it for a long time. And I think it did something to my brain that I will never be able to reverse. That I think I'm very desensitized, but I can I can still feel for people. I'm not completely like gone. Like there's some things I see because I mean I'm like a casual watcher of it now. I don't watch it as much as I used to, but like if I'm just strolling on there, it's not even for shock value anymore at this point. It's just something because I don't. I guess it's intriguing in a way because I know I used to be a part of the forum on Reddit, watch people die, and there was a lot of EMTs and people there and like people who were doctors, lawyers, and it's just intriguing to them, and it has to low key do with like their work field and their line of work. And it's just like it's a lot of like it's I think it's more than people expect that a lot of normal people watch that stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm normal, but I'm not like somebody who's watching it for inspiration and somebody who's watching it to like get a kick out of it, like to go like to
Like
get
get off.
yeah, like I just watch it because I mean it's normal to me now. I've seen so much of it and I've seen like every video that everybody watches that goes viral, and then like there's some that go viral. Like I think you might remember like on TikTok, they were playing like a really they'll play like a normal video and then they show that Facebook suicide guy. And
One
I
who's on the
remember
phone.
I had seen that like yeah, or actually
He
he
was like
might
on
have
the
been. I
phone
just
with his
remember that it was
ex-wife
really
or
gruesome.
something.
But
Yeah, I saw
yeah. And I remember
that.
seeing
You're
it like a
excited.
week or two before it. Yeah, because like this is like a it's like if you meet somebody on like on a forum you're both on, it's like you know there's something to connect. So like if I meet another gore watcher who knows what we're talking about, that's what it feels like. Because we're a part of a community, low key. But that community got ripped away from us. It was just that's the most normal community of gore watchers you could get was r/watch people die. Um, but yeah, like I think I remember seeing that video 2 weeks before everybody started seeing it. And I mean, I don't know. That's just pretty much. I don't remember where this question was stemming from, but yeah.
It's an
What
interesting
was the
rabbit
question?
hole. What was the question?
Yeah.
We were talking about your grandfather.
Yeah, I don't remember. Right. Somehow
But yeah,
Gore got connected into that, but yeah.
but yeah, see me, you and I are around the same age, so I remember that video in middle school as well of like the chainsaw girl getting her fucking head cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the complete opposite. Like somebody told me about it, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to fucking see that shit. Fuck that. I can't believe shit goes on like
Right.
that. How fucking outlandish. I couldn't fucking. I mean, I'll watch something like that, but it's like purely out of curiosity. Like that guy who
Mm-hmm.
shot himself. I was like, damn, there's that much blood. I felt bad for the little dog, man. That's me. I feel bad
Yeah.
more for fucking animals a lot of times than people.
Yeah, like I can't stand to see animals in pain. I hate that shit. I know some people watch it, but I think those people are like psychotic as hell. And like I can't watch that. People try to show me like animal gore. I'm like, nope, I don't like that.
That's not
I
cool.
love animals.
That's not
Yeah.
cool whatsoever. Like, I would literally rather watch, like, some man get his fucking head caved in with a wrench than someone hurt a dog. Like,
Mm-hmm. Right.
I really don't want to see either, but
Right.
that's
Yeah.
funny that this is, like, the biggest theme of this interview thus far is just gore. Which,
I mean, yeah, that's where a lot of it stems from.
have you ever had any experience with, like, somebody negatively, like, putting a negative like brand on your music because like, oh, he just talks about fucking shooting this, killing that, like
I feel like I have run into people as like, oh, you're just like regular ass murder rapper just talking about shit you don't live. And I'm like, Yeah, I've had that label before, and I'm like, dude, I literally don't claim to live any of this. I think most of my fans and listeners know at this point, 'cause I've talked about it so much, that I sing about this stuff because, like how I said earlier, it's just stuff that's like, it's tendencies and stuff that's in my head already, that if I don't sing about it and I just stay in my room 24/7 in the dark, that shit will like gather. So like, I just tell people like, this is just stuff straight from my head. Like, I mean, you can just call me like not about that life murder rapper, but that's because I'm not about that life, and I'm not trying to be about that life. I mean, if it came down to it and I had to out of protection, of course, but like, I'm not gonna go to like a mall and go crazy on people,
Yeah, fuck
even if I
that,
sing about it.
fuck that, bro. And like to think that like this is gonna be another off topic, but like you just kind
Mhm.
of brought it up. It's like mall, like people going into the mall and going crazy. Think about how much that shit was happening before like the pandemic. Seriously though,
Right.
every other fucking day, bro. It was another school. It was
Oh
another
God.
mall. It was another restaurant. Like,
Like that shit is crazy. I think I don't know, like America has definitely after COVID like slowed down on that. I mean, maybe I hope after, the COVID stuff, like maybe by the time next summer if everything goes back to normal, I hope they don't go on a rise again. Cuz I mean it wasn't just schools, like it was public areas like malls and stuff. So like malls are still open. I went the other day because I had to pick up some stuff for like Christmas, and I mean it was pretty packed. So I feel like if somebody was gonna do it during COVID, I feel like they would have. So I mean there has to be some other connections to why it's not really happening in public. Obviously school because nobody's at school, but it's weird. Like I see packed areas and I'm like, there's still no shootings. I mean I don't know what mall restrictions are and like areas like that. I don't know what the restrictions are everywhere else, but I would think, I mean, everything's still packed. So, I mean, it's just weird. And I'm hoping it doesn't go back up because it's nice to see it just not
yeah.
be an everyday occurrence in the US.
Well, on Christmas, did your cell phone service get knocked out? That shit happened to you?
Uh, I, I'm not even sure. I don't even know if I was on my phone.
Well, on Christmas, like a lot of people who had AT&T phones got their cell phone service knocked out because this man, um, he committed suicide by like he like put his van next to a tower and like blew himself up in a van. He had like
Damn.
on the bright side, it's gonna sound fucked up, but on the bright side, the man had a speaker playing like back away from this vehicle. It's set to explode. Like he was like playing it loud as fuck, so other people didn't get hurt. But it was like a suicide type shit. And I think a lot of this that we're talking about stems back to what you say that you feel like you do the best about yourself as far as mental self care is that like not letting shit bottle up inside of you, like letting
Right.
shit go, like because that's such a big thing. If you just let the bottle is gonna burst if you just let it fucking fill up and fill up and fill up. Yeah, sorry, that was a bit of a
Yeah.
tangent.
No, I feel you.
So, is there anything that any more messages? I know I asked you this earlier, but are there any other messages that you like to relate to your fans?
Um, Stay very positive. I know I can be negative sometimes. Like earlier today, somebody pretty much who probably hasn't been listening to me for even a year said, "Oh, I feel like at this point he just does it for the money." I mean, yeah, it's my job now, but I'm not hyper focused on like the money aspect. I just enjoy doing this, and even though I can get negative sometimes with myself, still want everybody to stay positive. Like find your reason to be happy. If you're like down on something, find something you love. That's what I did, and it's like it really works if you really just try to like keep your mind away from anything negative and really hyper focus. Like if you're hyper focused on the negative, you're gonna stay negative because that's what I was dealing with, very negative thoughts and just also medication. That's always a good thing. However you can take care of yourself, definitely take care of yourself. Um, but after all the medication and stuff, I mean, definitely find something you love and just go in on it. Like whether it's like your career or like a hobby you like, if it just makes you happy, just keep going in on it.
Hell yeah. I like that. That's inspiring for me as well. I appreciate those words.
For sure. Thank you.
Are there any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
Let me open up another server to say all these names real quick. Here we go. Shout out Sholo. Shout out Angelus. Shout out Lucas. Shout out Avid. Black Winter Wells. Krista. Dalton. Days God. Doxia. Midwest. Emotionals. Finn. Flood Money. Okay, let me just group them together. Shout out Bloodhound. Shout out Nova Gang. Shout out Goon City. Even shout out Jewel Set. I know y'all got everybody's like, back and forth with each other on Twitter, but I love Jewel Set. Shout out Jewel Set. Shout out Double SO3. I mean, just shout out everybody. If we've talked before and we're friends, shout out to you. Shout out No Heart. I forgot to say No Heart. I don't know if I said it or not. But that's my gang for real. Shout out No Heart.
Hell yeah.
All right, for sure.
Thank you so much for listening to the In the Sky podcast, and thank you so much, Funeral, for coming on here, man. Shit was a vibe.
Let's go.